gotta be an idiot to bet on that parlay.
It's DTF or bust.
Put it on my mama's porch tomorrow. Welcome back to Hold My Bet Podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Park. Here with me, as always, the one, the only, the long drive himself, Dylan Fields. Dylan, how have you been?
Reporting live from the road. I am doing well. Back
It's
to you, Brendan.
Not too bad. Recently got moved into the new place, as you can see. But yeah, just been working on getting more stuff in. Got the TV stand finally, so we finally have our Apple TV and Xbox not on the ground.
I see R2.
Yeah, he's a popcorn bucket, a drink collectible. Yeah, I ate popcorn out of him once with Mr. Tennis Balls.
You ate out R2.
Yes,
That was very acolyte of you.
it was very accolade of me.
Oh, I hate that show so much.
Terrible show. But other than that, it's been almost a month, right?
It's a lot's happened in a month.
Yeah. So go ahead and fill in what you've done this last month.
Oh boy. Well, let's see. Had a lot of people come visit us. Gone to Chicago. We're going back to Chicago this weekend. I'm actually going to Wrigleyville finally for the first time to see the Cubs play this weekend. I went to a Milwaukee Brewers game last week in Milwaukee. Went to Cincinnati a couple weeks ago for a Reds game. I've been all over the place. Went to a Cleveland game a couple weeks ago as well. Can't complain. Had a lot of good baseball I watched. Other than that, man, golf's been okay. Not been playing great. But the NBA finals are over. I've resorted to gambling on Caitlin Clark and Caitlin Clark only. There's not been a lot going on.
Did you hear
What did
me?
you say?
I said because you can't bet baseball.
Legally, I cannot. Yeah. And I don't know what the rules are if like Gabby does. I feel like if I told Gabby to do it, she probably could, but she still has never done it. I think she's afraid too. Like if it's like our household, I don't know.
Nah.
So we just don't do it.
Yeah, makes sense. Um, but yeah, pretty much I've just been transitioning into my new role at my job and moving. Moving's been a lot of it though.
Yeah.
Just getting everything packed up. Um, I also had some problems at work too, but we don't need to talk about that on here.
Sure.
That's an off camera subject. Uh, so yeah, that's been eventful. But yeah, NBA finals are done. Boston Celtics won, thank God, in 5 at least. It wasn't just a sweep.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I was hoping for 7. I mean, I thought after game 4 that the Mavericks were going to be able to hold their own, and it just thinks that they couldn't do it. Couldn't get the job done.
yeah, and, it is what it is though. I mean, Luka wasn't at full health. He actually just lost in the Olympic trials.
No way.
Yeah, he had a triple
So,
double. I mean,
are they done?
I believe so.
Wow. Now, remind me, is LeBron on Team USA?
Yes.
Didn't they just play or no?
No.
What Team USA just played?
Um,
Because a Team USA just beat another country by like 90 points or something crazy.
that might be our 18 and under, or like the high school.
Probably, probably.
Um, but yeah, no, LeBron, they haven't played yet. I don't know if they have to or not.
Really?
I don't think they have to play in the trials. I think if you I don't know. I'm pretty sure if you place high enough, you don't have to do the trials.
Like in the last Olympics, you're saying, or
Yeah.
I see.
Um, but yeah, no, we had NBA Finals. We just got the MLB All-Star starters where our Guardians got two places in there. We got
Woo!
Rim and Stephen Kwan, so that's awesome to see. Um, let's see. Like I said, NBA free agency happened. Bunch of crazy shit has happened since we last recorded. There were several times I just wanted to text you and get on the mic and just had too much on my plate, and I'm like, I don't even know when I'd be able to record.
Yeah.
That Dylan's not asleep.
No, it's literally just been so freaking crazy. Like, I don't think I've stopped moving my body for the last 2 or 3 weeks. We've had visitors. We've been out of town. I've been out of town. I've had golf. We've had volleyball. We've been subbing in for volleyball when we're not even on a team right now. And I've been doing side work with Mr. Beats. So it just feels like every night we've been doing something. And like even tonight, we like as soon as I get home and more we're spending the whole weekend there, and I'm like, fuck, like we gotta start recording because I'm gonna be out the next 4 days at least.
I
But
didn't hardly hear anything you just said, other than you're going to be out the next 4 days.
oh really? Was I cutting out?
Yeah.
Um, we've just been so busy. Like we have so much going on. I've been out of town, have visitors in town. Um, essentially, to wrap it up, it's just there's a lot going on, and I want to record, but it's just been so hectic, and I'm gonna be out of town the next 4 days, so I'm glad we were able to get on the mic to talk.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Um, but other than that, Dylan, where do you want to start off this conversation? Because there's a lot that we could even get into.
First things first, which I have to watch when I get home. But did you watch the New York Giants Hard Knocks?
Yeah, it was really good.
Okay, good because I'm excited to watch it. I almost forgot that it was last night. I watched the Acolyte instead.
Well, I ended up I actually forgot. I didn't know until I saw a tweet on Twitter about it releasing last night, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch it before we record. So I literally just watched it maybe
Okay,
an hour ago,
yeah,
roughly.
I still have to watch it, so I'll
Yeah.
watch it when I get
I
home.
started
But
watching Clipped too.
I am not watching that.
It's bad. It's bad. I'm in the middle of the first episode right now. I'm gonna give it 2 episodes, but I wanted to wait till it was all done at least. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through.
You will not catch me watching that garbage.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
see that? Did you see all the videos on like Twitter of the actors they have for the players?
oh, I've already seen them, yeah. And a lot of the players are talking about how none of this is even close to remotely true, like
Of
on how
course,
it happened.
yeah, it's gonna be dramatized for TV.
Well, like JJ Redick, for example, he was never at the white party. Like the white party happened, but he was never there for that.
Is the white party with like all the celebrities?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the white well, no, Donald Sterling had a white party at his house. Uh
Oh, okay.
it was a little bit after Doc Rivers got signed as their coach.
Okay. I
But
was thinking of something else then.
it's our 1 episode in, it's already garbage. I understand why a lot of these players didn't even watch more than 1 episode.
No.
And it's flaming hot garbage. Like Doc Rivers in this show looks like he reminds me of the frog from Shrek.
Well, isn't that the guy who was in Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yeah, but him trying to act like Doc Rivers is just I don't know. It
Yeah,
literally the whole show just no.
sure.
And I get you're not getting the exact players or anything like that. Like you're not getting Blake Griffin
Yeah.
come in and play this. But man, they could have done a little bit better with trying to find people that look alike.
sure.
But I don't know. Just so far, I haven't enjoyed it. I'm like 30 minutes into the first episode, so
Are you excited for a receiver?
yes, I'm very excited for that. I think it's gonna be
I
cool.
think that'll
Deebo Samuel and George Kittle are gonna be in it.
yeah, I think that'll be better than quarterbacks.
Yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed quarterback a lot. Um, and believe it or not, I really enjoyed Kirk Cousins the most.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's the one I'm most excited to watch this year. I'm hoping he finally gets Atlanta going.
Yeah, at least down the right path.
Hmm.
I still think they failed him on drafting a quarterback, but I also get their thought process the more I think about it. Like you're in win now, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I still think there were players that you could have taken. And you probably
I
could have
was
gotten
laughing.
your second round pick. So
I was laughing because I saw this tweet about like fantasy football owners this year, and it was like a video of Peter Griffin walking past a horse, and the one horse had sunglasses. He walked past it and came back, and he goes, "You, I like you," and it was like me picking Kyle Pitts for the fourth time in a row, thinking that he's gonna be something this year.
oh yeah. I pray he does. I'm a big Kyle Pitts guy.
Well, it's about time.
Yeah. Well, they got to give him some targets.
Yeah.
But since we're talking about NFL, I kind of want to get your just thoughts on this real quick. Granted, it happened almost a month ago, but Trevor Lawrence did sign one of the biggest contracts in NFL history. So now he's going to be right up there with Joe Burrow and pay, which is a 5-year, $275 million guarantee. Did he deserve this or no?
I mean, when healthy, he's a great quarterback, but what we've seen in the last 2 years, at least from a survey size, I don't think he's worth that much, but that's just the market. I mean, people joke about it all the time, like, oh, Tobias Harris money, oh, Zach Levine money. Like these guys in the NBA who do not deserve all this money. It's just the market. So for Trevor Lawrence, fortunately, this is just the right timing. Like
Yeah, it is the
to
right timing, but
to
I don't think he has the accolades.
no,
Accolades.
no, I don't think so either. The acolytes. I don't think so either, if I'm being honest. I mean, fuck Doug Peterson, um, and fuck Trevor Lawrence, but I mean, he is a top 10 quarterback in the league, so you've got to pay him top 10 money. So if that's what they think is top 10 money, so be it. But, to compare it to like the like apples and oranges of the NBA, the Boston Celtics starting lineup or team is going to be like worth over $1 billion after their contracts are over, like in the next 4 or 5 years or something crazy. And it's like we're paying that much for players. The NFL is on a different scale, of course, but for Trevor Lawrence, I mean, you've got to have a leader, and I guess he is their leader. So if you're going to stand behind him and not have to draft another QB, and they got Mac Jones for whatever reason, um, I guess in a way he's worth it, but I don't know. I wouldn't want him as a quarterback, but if it was up to the quarterbacks available that are not for trade, I mean Trevor Lawrence has got to be your guy. So it was all about timing.
All right, I got to go back to something you said. So, you believe Trevor Lawrence is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL right now?
I think so. Why not?
All right, where would you rank him in that top 10?
Like 10.
All right, so you're gonna make me pull up a list right now.
Like I could name at least five already off the top of my head between Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Burrow, not in any order. Um, so that's what, four? That's four. Um, shit. Dak Prescott, in a way. I still think he's better than Trevor Lawrence.
Okay. Okay.
It's 5.
Justin Herbert.
Um, Justin Herbert, Kirk Cousins. So that's 7.
Jalen Hurts.
Yes, Jalen Hurts. So 8, and there's got to be at least one more
Jordan
quarterback
Love.
better than him. No, I still think that Trevor Lawrence is better than Jordan Love, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, it's because Dustin Crum is better than Jordan Love.
All right.
I stand by it.
CJ Stroud.
Yes, absolutely.
Brock
And
Purdy.
Stroud might be number 7, and you put like Dak and Justin Herbert at 8 and 9, and then Trevor Lawrence 10. I am very comfortable with that.
All right. What about Brock Purdy?
No,
Jared
he's
Goff.
assist. No,
Tua Tagovailoa.
no. They all have weapons, and they all have well, so um, 2 assistant quarterback weapons. Brock Purdy is a system quarterback with weapons. The only argument you can make is Jared Goff, Super Bowl winning Jared, or no, he didn't win a Super Bowl. Super Bowl quarterback Jared Goff with the Rams, but he's got a lot of weapons on Detroit. I mean, he's not doing it all himself.
All right. All right.
I
I
still
mean,
think
In
Trevor,
fairness, Trevor Lawrence didn't really put up any numbers until he had some decent people.
but he's a dual threat quarterback, and he was winning games after Urban left. I mean, he at least turned the team around.
Matthew
I
Stafford.
don't know. I no, not at this age.
All right. Well, that bounces him out of the top 10. Oh, wait. Oh, he would take Trevor Lawrence over Matthew Stafford.
At this age, yes. I think if you had like 2009 Matthew Stafford, no way.
Okay. Okay. Um,
Yeah, who else? I'm drawing a blank. He's better than fucking Deshaun.
yeah.
Better than um, better than Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Better than Aaron Rodgers at this age.
Yeah,
Better
it's,
than
it's
Danny
hard to say
Dimes.
Aaron Rodgers or not, so I'll give you that one. Do you think he's better than Kyler Murray?
Better than the Commanders. Yes. Yeah, I don't think Kyler Murray is that great. I think he's better than Baker Mayfield, better than Kyler Murray, better than fucking Bryce Young,
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that.
better than whatever the Commanders got going on, and Geno Smith.
Yeah.
So again, to wrap it up, top 10 money. It's just the way the market is. He's gonna earn it. So I'm
And
okay
he's
with
still
it.
young too, so they'll be paying him the big bucks throughout his prime. So
Yeah. I
fair.
mean they can make it to the AFC championship. They almost did. I mean the Chiefs bailed out at the end of that game
Yeah.
two years ago.
Yeah, that is true.
Also
Um,
crazy that Mahomes was injured that game and they still won.
yeah. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, did you see the news about Jamarcus Russell?
No,
I guess I guess he's been a high school football coach for a couple of years, and he just got fired as the high school football coach for being accused of stealing donations to the program.
that's funny.
Yeah.
I'm on your road right now.
No, really.
It says bridge out, point 0.3 miles ahead.
Oh, that's such a pain.
Yeah.
Literally, my part of the complex is on the other side of that detour.
Emery said it should be done in like a month
I hope so.
because I think the county's working on that. But yeah, I did not see that Jamarcus Russell thing. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Um, but other than that, there really hasn't been a ton of NFL or like big NFL news lately. Still
They
waiting on some
they
contract
they
talk.
aside from the Giants, they did announce that they're going to do a divisional in-season Hard Knocks with the AFC North. Shout out the Browns. That'll be sweet.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. They announced that after we recorded.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna like that it's all divisional because it's everyone's competing against each other.
Yeah, do you think it's going to be like every episode has like a little bit from each team, like, or do you think it'll be like one episode's about the Bengals, one's the Ravens? Because I think it's going to jump back and forth of like everybody's preparation.
100%, yeah. And then if it's like a week that they play each other, then
Yeah.
yeah.
What will be cool is like week 18 when it's like Browns Steelers or Browns Ravens, and if it's like for playoff hopes, that'll be sweet.
Yeah.
They'll get some good footage.
I think you're really gonna enjoy this Giants one. If not, they did a phenomenal job with episode one.
Okay.
Uh,
You know me,
I'm really nitty gritty into the like the front office stuff.
Yeah,
I
same.
absolutely loved it.
I wish baseball would do something like that because you know who would love it the most is Alex Hale.
Yeah.
Like my favorite movie ever is Moneyball, and I can watch Moneyball like once a year, and I just get so giddy about the front office of baseball and just all that jazz.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that's one of my favorite movies too, or it's at least up there for me. Um, Jonah Hill makes that movie for me.
He's great.
Um, but anyways, let's go ahead and get into some NBA. We had some big signings over the week and a lot of teams shaking up. We'll start off with the elephant in the room. Everyone knows by now that Paul George is leaving the Clippers to sign with the 76ers for a 4-year, $212 million deal. He declined his player option, which would have gotten $51 million from the Clippers last or next season, but did not want to go back to the Clippers because he was so gung-ho about getting that 4th year that the Clippers did not want to give him. And as we remember, Clippers traded SGA for Paul George and like 7
A
first
bunch
round
of
picks.
picks. Yeah.
That the Clippers still will not have back. I
No,
think for another 2 years.
no,
So,
and I think the Thunder won that trade.
oh, Thunder won that trade by a million miles. They were number one seed last year already.
Yeah.
No one expected them to be that good. Maybe make the play in. But yeah, no, the Thunder are set. The only thing that's gonna hold them back is their paydays and um not having the money to sign everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, they signed Hartenstein, thank God, from the Knicks, because if they somehow managed to bring him back to the Knicks, I was gonna get real scared about the East. Not that I'm now,
Yeah.
but that yeah, I would have thought no shot we would beat the Knicks now.
I'm actually really excited about the East. I know it's like, hey, the Cavs didn't really make a move yet. Yes, we did sign Donovan Mitchell for 3 years, which is great. But I mean, talk about the 76ers making moves. The Knicks are making a lot of moves. I truthfully think this could be the year that the 76ers finally make it to the conference finals with Paul George. And he's their third option. He's not even a first or second option anymore.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a matter of, staying healthy. I mean, they brought in good veterans by bringing back Kelly Oubre, which I know Alex likes to always talk about how the Cavs made a huge mistake choosing Strus over Oubre, which I would agree with. They brought in Eric Gordon, and then they brought back Andre Drummond, who played on the team not last season, but the year before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Played great as a backup behind Joel Embiid. Uh, this is very much a now or never move because, I mean, let's be real. 38 Paul George isn't going to be 38-year-old LeBron James.
No.
Um,
What is he now? Like 36?
yeah, 30, 34 or 35. So he's got like a year or
Yeah,
two of good ball in him. And then he's gonna not be worth his contract probably after that.
sure.
But
Yeah.
they got Tyrese Maxey locked up. But Joel Embiid, he's 30 years old. And with all his injuries, I'm not going to be surprised if he's one of those players that decides to retire at 34, 35.
Truthfully, I could see Joel only playing 2 to 3 more years.
Yeah, I mean, if you watched him last year, he could barely run.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, he's one of those players I don't expect him to play too much longer. It's weird to say, but and no one really talks about it, but I don't really expect Joel Embiid to be in the NBA in the next 5 years. If so, it's going to be that fifth year that he retired.
No.
Let's see.
Yeah, he's not like Giannis who could has a longevity of a career because of just his athleticism and his body and the way he takes care of himself. Like Giannis will probably be in the league for another 10 years.
Yeah, even if he starts, breaking down and not being able to play as good, I mean, he's still lanky.
Yeah.
Uh, in all reality, I mean, as long as he can get a jump shot of some sort, he'll extend his career at least another 3, 4 years.
Oh, absolutely.
Um, but yeah, speaking to Giannis, they literally didn't do anything. The Bucks didn't do anything until today. They stole Torian Prince from the Lakers,
Ooh,
which that's a shit show and a half alone. The Lakers,
yeah.
which we'll get into that in a little bit. Just want to get caught up on a few things before we get into the Lakers. Um, but with the Clippers missing out on Paul George, they actually signed James Harden first to a 2-year, $70 million extension. Um, and also signed Kevin Porter Jr. and Derek Jones Jr. So two kind of overrated players. Derek Jones Jr. is nice, but he ain't gonna replace no Paul George.
No, and Kevin Porter's always got like those uh issues on the back end.
Yeah, yeah, off the court issues.
Correct.
Um, I think this was a really bad look for James Harden, though, considering the whole reason he was leaving Philadelphia or wanted to leave Philadelphia was because they did not offer him that full max.
Yeah.
So
Well,
for him
I'm
to sign
curious.
a 2-year deal,
What I'm most curious about with Philadelphia now is Paul George played with James Harden, and I'm sure James Harden was very vocal about how Philly treated him. So now Paul's going to go there, and honestly, it's almost like a Taylor Swift. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me for James Harden, and I think that Paul George is going to get treated like royalty there.
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, Paul George got his money. It's all guaranteed. So,
Yeah,
he's got his podcast. If you haven't watched his podcast, it's awesome, by the way.
I have not tuned in.
It's called Podcast Pete.
I haven't even listened to the LeBron JJ pod.
That one's good, but you gotta be a big, 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 big basketball fan to enjoy it. Otherwise, you're just hearing two people nerd out over basketball plays.
Yeah.
Like they'll straight up break down like Lakers plays, like even terminology. And I know a fair amount about basketball. Like it's a lot of it's like terminology I'm not even remotely close to knowing, but it's very informative. So. I've liked watching it. Obviously, I don't think they're going to be doing it now that JJ Redick's going to be the Lakers coach, which I can't believe
Yeah.
it'll actually happen. But yeah.
There's two things about the Lakers. I cannot believe he's the coach, and I cannot believe they drafted Bronny.
Oh, I mean, I think everyone knew that Bronny was going to get drafted if he was available 55th.
Yeah.
I can't believe the contract that they gave him though.
Oh yeah, 7 million, right?
7 mil, 4 years, $7 million, which doesn't sound like a lot for an NBA player, but for damn near the third or fourth last pick of the draft, that's insane.
Yeah, for
All
somebody who averaged
guaranteed
four
too.
points a game, and yeah, literally there was a guy who played for USC who averaged 19 points a game, and he didn't even get drafted.
Yeah.
I like how JJ Redick came out and said, it's not about like nepotism or anything. Like Ronnie earned the spot on this team by like whatever, but I'm just like, no, like you cannot fool anybody.
I would rather them just be straight up honest about it at this point. Like,
Like, yeah, LeBron's playing GM right now. But
yeah.
then I like how LeBron says, well, I'll take a pay cut to go get a good player and to stay on his team. And then it's like, oh, LeBron signed Supermax deal. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like you just said you were gonna take a cut.
Well, did you see how much he was willing to take as a pay cut?
No, I didn't read the full details.
$1 million or less. That ain't gonna get you no one.
No. Do you think they'll actually get DeMar DeRozan? Because that's like what I've been hearing is they're going after DeMar DeRozan heavy right now.
See, I always feel like whenever the Lakers do that, they always flop. The only one that's ever
Yeah,
leaked was LeBron.
yeah, yeah. Like I remember when they went after Chris Paul hard back in the Kobe days. Obviously, it was rejected, but like they went after him hard. It didn't go through.
Yeah, it was one of the only NBA trades ever to ever be vetoed.
Hmm.
There's a lot
Which
of
I can't
conspiracy,
believe
which we'll
he
have to
gets
talk about.
waived and signs with San Antonio. He might have been their missing piece.
Honestly, I love that fit.
Yeah,
I still won't be surprised if at some point this offseason or even, depending on how the Cavs play mid-season at the trade deadline, if Darius Garland ends up on the Spurs.
interesting.
Not that I necessarily want that to happen, but I mean, if we got us a wing and keeps Donovan.
Jetty, Jetty.
No, I don't want Jetty back.
The last Jetty.
Oh, did you see JB Bickerstaff is the Pistons head coach now?
I did see that.
Yeah.
And
Pistons,
that's gonna be he'll be a fire in like 30 games when they go 1-29.
well, they signed him to a decent contract. I mean, they made Monty Williams, I think it was the highest paid head coach in NBA history. Fired him after 1 year, so they still owe him $80 million over the next 5 years.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, so if I'm Monty Williams, I'm, taking a breather. Um, but they extended Cade Cunningham to the rookie max for 5 years, 225 million, and then signed Tobias Harris. I mean, Tobias Harris, you don't really want him, but if you're the Pistons, I mean, shit. You'll take anyone that can get 17.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not terrible. And I think it at least sets the Pistons up to not be the worst team in the NBA because obviously they just have terrible luck in the lottery.
Yeah.
I mean, other than Cade
I
Cunningham,
told them that the
they-
Hawks.
yeah, the other than Cade Cunningham, they've had number five, whether they finished with the worst record or second worst record in the NBA. Like that's just
Yeah.
terrible.
I still I still think the Hawks are gonna be the worst team this year.
Um, it just depends on what all they're gonna end up doing. I think it's gonna be the Brooklyn Nets.
Really? Yeah. Yeah. I mean they traded away Mikal Bridges. I mean
Yeah,
you got the Nova Knicks now.
yeah. I think the Wizards are still gonna be right down there too. Uh,
The Knicks or the Wizards. The Wizards are so bad.
yeah. I mean they really just need to do a fire sale They need to stop thinking they're going to get 2 first-round picks out of Kyle Kuzma.
Oh God.
Um, so yeah, they need to lose that. Um, they traded for another draft pick actually, and got Malcolm Brogdon and sent I always fuck up his name, Denny. Uh, I'm not even gonna try his last name. Small forward they drafted a few years ago. He's a good 3-point shooter, decent 3-and-D guy. To Portland. So I really like Portland's off season so far. They got the dude from UConn that somehow dropped to number 7. So I love
Oh
that.
yeah.
Um, the Hawks, I want them to trade Trae Young back to the Hawks. I they just at this point need to hit the full reset button. I mean, they got their 2 first-round picks and a good guard to, start building the future with Dyson Daniels. In that
Yeah.
DeJounte Murray trade to New Orleans. They just gotta get rid of Trae Young. I mean,
Where do you see Trae Young going?
that's where the problem's gonna come is I don't know what team's gonna be able to match salaries with that. Um, I feel like this if they were gonna trade Trae Young, they had to do it before the draft, so then those teams could go use that money and sign some players that they wanted. Um, but yeah, I think unfortunately Trae Young's gonna be stuck in this rebuild. Um, but he's gonna request a trade this season, 100%. Unless they end up somehow managing to be the number 1 seed in the East.
Which hasn't happened since like 2015.
Yeah, but I mean also that team that made the Eastern Conference Finals, I didn't expect them to make it that far.
Was that with Al Horford?
No, I'm talking about even more recent with Trae Young. It was the first time
Oh,
Tatum made the finals.
that's right.
Golden State.
That was 2021. No,
2,
2022.
2022.
Yeah.
It was after the Bucks year.
Yeah.
Sorry, crazy. It's been that long since the Bucks won.
I know. Yeah, that was actually right when I met Gabby because we met in July. Wait, how did that work? We met in June. No. Would the finals have gone? Oh, wait. 2021. Was that one delayed because of COVID?
That one was the Lakers win.
I know. I know the Lakers were 2020, but was for any reason the 2021 finals later than normal?
Yeah, it was a little bit later because we started the
Like,
season later because of the bubble ending in July, I think. And then
that's right.
the season after, so that would have been the
22.
year the Warriors won. That's when it was back to normal.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember watching the finals at Gabby's house or her apartment right when we first started dating, but that was July. So 2021, it was still fucked up.
Yeah. Um, Speaking of Golden State though, I can't believe that they actually just let Klay Thompson go for nothing.
I
Well,
know.
technically they got 2 second-round picks out of it, but
Yeah. Ooh, two second round picks.
I mean, for one of your best players in franchise history, I don't know. I take that as a slap in the face.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I kind of felt bad for him in that way. I was surprised that he took I think it was $20 million less from the Lakers and went to the Mavs. I know a lot of it has to do with
Hmm.
the tax difference between Texas and California, but also he thinks the Mavericks are just set up better, and I think so too. I mean, they were just in the finals,
I think they're win now mode, and the Lakers are kind of just they're in
cruising.
LeBron mode. Yeah, they're just cruising. Like LeBron's not going back to the finals in his career.
No.
The only way he would go back to the finals is if he was traded or if he signed with another team that's going to be a contender. The Lakers are not a contender anymore.
Yeah, and isn't the GM.
No, but it's like it's almost an embarrassment to the Lakers name for what he's been doing with them. Like they were a respectable name, and it's just the LeBron Lakers right now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but we kind of know what it's like in
Yeah.
Cleveland to an extent.
Yes, yes, but that was prime LeBron. Like we
Yeah,
got to see prime. Like this is old man Brown right now.
this is old man Braun, and what's even worse is he knows it's old man Braun.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. They're a nightmare. Um, let's see. Oh, speaking of respectable franchises, the Celtics ownership has the team up for sale after giving
yeah,
Tatum and Derek White their paydays. Basically, their whole starting five. I think it's either starting five or their top six players are projected to make over $1 billion combined.
yeah. I think that's insane to like be like, yeah, we'll pay you this, and then you just put it off on somebody else. And obviously, the jokes are out there right now for Barstool Sports, like Dave Portnoy and so to buy this. But like even Dave Portnoy, as rich as he is nowhere near wealthy enough to purchase the Celtics, like at all, like not even close.
Oh no, no. Um, but what I would say is it's kind of smart because it makes it easier to sell your team if, your star players are already locked into their deals for the next
Mm,
4 or 5 years. So that gives the new ownership time to, build morale and, try to keep them around or do something. Because
yeah,
otherwise, these players, if they don't like that owner, they're just gonna want out.
yep,
Their whole plan's gonna crumble. So I get it to an extent. Um, but I do think it's funny because it is also kind of like, okay, we'll pay you this, but they're gonna finish paying you.
yeah,
I'm just curious how long it's gonna take for them to sell the team because I remember the Timberwolves, it took forever.
yeah. And I know KG was originally interested in the Timberwolves. You know, you wonder if somebody like him would be interested in the Celtics now.
Yeah. Alex Rodriguez was gonna buy it too, which was a really random
Really?
person to buy. Yeah. Um, he was going in with the group that was gonna buy him, and
Huh.
I think he backed out last second actually, but he's still a big fan for whatever reason. I don't know what ties he has in Minnesota, but yeah. Other than that, I really didn't have a ton else that I wanted to talk about, other than one last thing. So this will come out on 4th of July, so happy 4th of July, guys. Um, but I feel like this is very important to talk about for the 4th of July. This will be the very first year I will not be watching the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, um,
Yeah.
to protest for Joey Chestnut.
Free Joey.
Yeah, free Joey, man. The man just wanted to get paid for some, I think they're vegan hot dogs.
Yeah, weird flex for him to take that partnership.
I mean, if they offer him a couple $1 million, I mean, shoot. And if, Nathan's wants to get that salty about it, I mean,
Hmm.
it's what it is. The quote that was given was a person from Nathan said, "This would be like if Michael Jordan went to Nike and said, 'I'm wearing Adidas.'"
I guess, but
I guess, but it's a contest. I
yeah.
mean, that would be like the Cavalier or the Lakers banning LeBron from playing for the Lakers because he said he wanted to go play in the Drew League one game this summer.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know.
No, that would be like the Lakers banning LeBron if he said, "Oh, I want to retire a Cavalier."
Yeah,
Like, bro, his whole career was in Cleveland. Like, I think he'd be okay.
yeah. But other than that, I don't got anything else.
I don't either, except stay safe. Don't blow off any limbs. Uh, bring home the lad. I believe he is in Cleveland this weekend. So if you see him out at the casino, shake his hand, scratch his back, give him a beer. That's really it.
Please buy the man a beer
Yeah, if you see him, get him a beer.
or give him donations towards the blackjack table.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, guys, remember to subscribe, leave a like if you guys enjoyed this. We do have a giveaway where I'm going to announce on Friday for a free copy of NCAA College Football 25 once it releases the following week. So make sure you enter in that. Other than that, we're gonna start doing episodes again weekly or as often as we can. So just make sure you stay tuned for that. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna have Dylan close you out.
Make sure you gamble responsibly. If you're gambling at all, stay safe this weekend. Happy 4th of July. We love you guys.
Peace.
Peace.